All right, so we're on the side of voting rights for 16-year-olds. And I think it makes sense because, well, if they are part of the workforce, then they should be, a part of the economic system that goes into developing, roads and the workforce that they're a part of. They're allowed to drive, you can buy a car, you can have a job. So why don't they have a say in all of those things? Of course, there could be some implications with, government, just because that's a really big population and they may or may not be educated in the field of economics, and what that really means, for them in the future. We, could have it so things might be really positive. It might end up being a really positive outcome with voting in candidates and making sure that the right people are in office. But it's also, I think we would see a lot of conflict of interest when it comes to an older population and a younger population. So, should we also talk about how at a certain age maybe it's not as important to have people vote, maybe like, I don't know, over 65 or 70. We could say maybe that's not important because, they're part of the economy, but they're not part of the economy that's going to be changing as rapidly for, this lifetime. Younger people are more involved. 18 and 16 are not terribly different. We wouldn't see as much difference as other people would think, and maybe we would see some really positive things if we had a bigger population of people voting. Maybe the accessibility would be higher. Maybe that is something that would be focused on more, is the accessibility for voting, the ability to vote, registration rights, mail ballots, candidates. It might be that we see a more positive look from candidates looking more towards focusing on younger kids and children and education, stuff like that, infrastructure in that way rather than infrastructure that's focused more towards an older group of people. We might see some really positive things from that because these people are a part of the workforce, and maybe just having that kind of ability and that kind of feeling involved and feeling like an actual part of it, not feeling left out, even if it's only for those 2 years, might make a really positive impact on the economy overall. It might not. I really hope it would. That would be a really cool thing. Lawmakers, of course, have to take into account a lot of the other aspects of that. This could be a really, really long discussion. But, I think ultimately letting more people be involved in the economy that they're involved in, it's a positive move. They're part of the workforce and they're actively involved in the economy, so why don't they get a say in it?